What's up, guys? It's Louisiana Outlaw here.
And I'm Georgia Outlaw.
And we are coming react to Mimi's video. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce her name, but it's about Tony Lopez. I think I've seen this guy like once or twice on TikTok. I never really thought anything about it, but yeah, apparently some shit happened. So let's go ahead and look at this. Now, Motor over here has never heard of this person, Tony Lopez. So he's kind of like new to this person, but I've seen a guy on YouTube a couple of times.
It's no secret that TikTok is a widely successful platform, bringing many people to internet stardom overnight. Plenty of TikTok users have been growing rapidly as the platform surpassed 1 billion active accounts. While the app is home to hundreds of different online communities and niches.
Bart, did you take care of the dragon problem? Oh yeah, I just laid the last of the dragons. Slayed the dragons. Laid the dragons. Slayed the dragons. Laid the dragons. What did you do? Daddy! Oh!
TikTok's biggest demographic is primarily young teens. This has attracted some very, very dangerous people. Meet the Lopez
No shit.
brothers, who at this moment in time both still have active TikTok accounts, which is a problem that we'll get into in a moment. The Lopez brothers were among many who quickly became e-celebrities this past year due to their massive success on TikTok. Tony Lopez, who is 21 years old, has over 22 million followers.
Why the fuck does he look like his body is built like a damn midget? Like, his body isn't proportioned correctly. Like, his arms are so fucking short and stubby.
On the app, the same as his older brother, Andres Lopez, who is 23. With a collective net worth of over $3 million, these brothers gained massive success rapidly. Their names really took off in 2019 when they joined the Hype House, which is a mansion in Los Angeles where multiple famous TikTokers live. Nevertheless, in 2020, Tony Lopez started making headlines over some very serious accusations. Before we get into today's video, I just want to let you guys know that if you are not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. It helps me out a lot. And if you're already here, I'm sure you've watched a couple of my other videos as well. While you're here, just hit the button and that way you're notified of whenever
let me make sure I'm subscribed. Yes, I am. Notifications all. Alright.
upload, except you might not be unless you hit the notification bell. So if you haven't yet, please make sure you hit that as well. For some reason, YouTube doesn't notify all of my subscribers of every upload that I make. If you're already subscribed, you might as well do this because you want to be notified of when I upload a video. I want you to be notified of when I upload a video. It's a win-win for everybody, so don't forget to hit that button. And let's continue on to this video. Several young girls had come forward claiming that Tony allegedly sent and requested explicit images from them while they were underage. They shared how he allegedly added them on apps like Snapchat and talked to them enough to gain their trust, only to ask them for inappropriate images. One minor claimed that she was 15 when he allegedly tried to solicit inappropriate photos of her, and these were some of their alleged conversations. Hey cutie. Wow, you actually answered. I did. Do you have a Snap? Tony Lopez Prive, that's my private. Bet, I'ma text you on there. You're so beautiful. I hope nothing but blessings in your life and you thrive to be the best woman you can.
I have a question, right? What is it with all of these fuckboys, if that's what you want to call them? What is it with most of them engaging with minors? Especially in inappropriate behavior like this.
And then it looks like there's some pictures sent that says mine and yum, which is kind of weird. And then he goes to say, my baby, to which she responds with, like, whatever this emoji is, your face is kissable. In these images, you could see some of the intimate and inappropriate conversations that have taken place given the girl's age. But one thing that absolutely enraged me upon looking into this further was that there were so many people victim blaming this girl, claiming that she was trying to entrap him. Unpopular opinion, they're both wrong. He should have had more self-control, but she was obviously trying to trap him hard. LMAO, she
Wow. How is she also wrong? That's my question. Like, she's a little fucking child or teenager. It's like, are we really victim blaming in 2022? But it's all good, though. Y'all want to sit here and talk about all these pedophiles while supporting Joe Biden. Right.
She asked for the Snap. We all know what Snap is used for. He gave the private and she added it. She's also wrong. She is a child. Tony was the adult in this situation. It's up to him to make sure that the people he is trying to send and receive nudes to and from is over the age of consent. And he shouldn't be having any type of romantic conversation with anybody under the age of consent. It's also not like she DM'd asking for these inappropriate images. He is the one who is doing this and asking over and over again, clearly displaying a pattern of behavior. Speaking of which, it gets worse, cause he has done this with another minor. These messages were allegedly shared between him and a 16-year-old. You can see in the picture he keeps calling this person baby and keeps responding to images of her inappropriately. And according to this picture, he clearly asks, send nudes, and she says, I'm watching the baby at the moment. And he also says this, which is disgusting. As we continue though, things don't seem to get any better, as this last picture completely displays that he knows this person's age and he does not care. He continued to have these conversations, but wait, it gets worse. These are alleged messages sent between
What? The
Say what?
Wow. Yeah. He needs to be locked up for life.
You know how seems like he has the same pattern as two other people we know.
Yeah. I got you ain't wrong on that one. But I will say this. A lot of people think I'd be harsh on saying this. I think pedophiles should get the death penalty. I really do.
him and yet another minor, this one being 17. In this snap, you can see that he says, show me your boobs, and him also saying, what you doing sexy, send me some. Then a fourth alleged victim came forward, this one claiming that before he became famous on TikTok, he sent these messages, him being 18 and her being 14 years old. And you can see in these messages it says, hey cutie, hey sexy, let me, what?
Yeah, that right there is about on Roy's level at that point, you know what I mean? All this shit saying, he being 18, she being 14, yeah, that kind of lines up with Roy, except the difference is Roy was like, what, 31? Something like that? And the person was 14.
What's your snap,
Hey.
Tony? Hey.
Uh-huh.
Meant to say this, but if anything, pedophiles ought to be castrated.
Well, I just say give him the fucking death penalty.
Yeah, that might be good.
Castration's
But-
not gonna stop them from molesting.
Not if you cut their dick off and
Well, that's not how castration works, but okay.
Cutie over and over again.
Huh?
let them rot in prison at the very least.
Yeah, but why put that on the taxpayers? You know, taxpaying money goes to support these prisons and the people that are housed in them. Literally, you're giving them, like, basic necessities to survive. Food, a place to stay, and water to keep them clean. That's it. Like, literally, by putting them in prison and leaving them there, you're putting that burden on the taxpayers. I think they should just swiftly put them on the death penalty and just execute them right then and there. I personally, in my opinion, and I know there's going to be a lot of people who disagree with me on this one, which is fine. It just, if they do, unsubscribe from me because I don't want you to be subscribed to me. I don't want you to associate with my channel or anything of that nature. But I think they should just be executed at that point because they're not going to change. It's like Roy will never change.
Yeah.
And then in this one, we could see nothing much. Okay, he says, yeah, baby, cool, I want you. Aw, yes, I want to see you. Clearly given a message from the girl's end that she is not interested and he keeps pushing. But then she went on to say, he told me to fly over to him and I told him I wouldn't be allowed because of my parents as I was only 14 or 15 years old. So I was 14 and I had this app called YouNow where people would live stream and that's
Yeah, I remember YouNow. That's how we met Roy, and I found out that YouNow is full of a bunch of child predators, and predators nonetheless.
Or can I say this?
Go ahead.
although I do agree with what you just said, but my point of how they should feed them to the alligators aside.
Well, that's still an execution of sorts, but I mean,
I just
I'd
wouldn't.
do whatever, honestly.
What I'm saying is, they're too good for the electric chair and all that.
They don't do the electric chair anymore. They do.
Kentucky does.
I don't know about Kentucky, but I know a lot of places went to chemical injections for death penalty.
Yes, but I'm saying Kentucky's one state that still got Old Sparky.
Yeah.
That's how I met him.
But
He added my Instagram and then started messaging me. I'm pretty sure my age was in my bio, but I could be wrong. But anyway, he started DMing me, asking me for my Snapchat.
Whether her age was in her bio or not is not really the point, because you can tell when somebody's underage, especially considering when this happened. You can usually tell. Now, granted, I will say there are females out there who may appear to be 18 but actually like 14 or 15. And yeah, while I do recognize that is possible, it's not really the norm. Especially when you get into like 13 or 14, somewhere around there.
And started to like spam me, lol. So I gave him my Snapchat and I thought he just found me attractive and wanted to get to know me, but clearly that wasn't his intentions. He started sending me pictures and videos and it was totally random. I never asked for anything or wanted it. He always asked me for nudes, but I never sent him anything as I was like shook. I remember unadding him a couple of times and then he went back to Insta and kept messaging me like he's and was just weird. I remember obviously Snapchatting him my face and asking if he was speaking to any girls, just normal conversation but nothing dirty. From some of these girls, they also posted proof that Tony Lopez was the one sending these messages, as they would scroll through the messages and click on his profile so you could show that it was legitimate messages, which is horrifying. And then after all of these allegations came out, Tony decided to post a notepad apology. A notepad apology. Even Mini Lad did better than.
Yeah, I can say that. Mini Lad did do better, and I fucking hate Mini Lad, but well, Mini Lad ain't that attractive. But what is it with all these little pretty boys, right? Hitting up underage girls. Like, do they think they're not gonna get in trouble? Well, most of them don't get in trouble. They just get a slap on the wrist because of all the money they have. Which I think that needs to change. We'll talk about Mini Lad in another video.
This, bro, come on. Hey guys, I just want to take a minute to address the
Let's just say Mini Lad is another pedophile. That was in like the gaming community and shit.
recent accusations that have been made against me. I am not proud of my past choices and actions that I have made, and I am truly disappointed in myself for them. I am still new to entertainment and the LA scene, and
Okay, so I wanna point something out about let's see, where is it? I'm not proud of my past choices. That is something Roy has said multiple fucking times. It's a gaslighting manipulation tactic, right?
You know what? The more I watched it, the more I agree, actually, that, yeah, people like this don't change, and,
But
yeah,
But Roy has said the same thing. He's like, yeah, I've been thinking, I made a mistake. And then he would rub it in his face like, oh, there's nothing you can do to me. It's like, keep playing, motherfucker. Keep playing. Because at this point, you're going to start saying that shit online, and somebody will actually do something. Whether it's put a bullet between your eyes or turn your ass in with the evidence and the shit you've said. So keep fucking around, because you're gonna find out sooner or later.
that's
I
why
am
say,
quickly learning that you can't believe everything that you are told. Once I found out the truth, I immediately stopped. I know these actions are not taken lightly and were extremely irresponsible of me. As a young man, I will.
Irresponsible? Irresponsible is accidentally letting your child swim in the pool by themselves. That's irresponsible. This is a straight up creeper alert.
hey, you know what?
Oh man, guys, he don't hate him. He talked to a female, but that was irresponsible of him. Like, what?
But you know,
Go ahead.
and back to what you said earlier, Actually, why don't they execute him by having the prisoners beat the shit out of him?
Yeah, they could do that too.
I'll hold myself
Huh?
accountable for this mistake rather than run from it. I will learn from it to help better educate myself for now and the future. I promise I will make better, well-informed decisions. First of all, it's really infuriating that he can't directly address what he is apologizing for, and he's doing it on a notepad apology on his Twitter, which is obviously not his main platform. So unless you follow his Twitter and read this, you're not going to know what's going on. And even when you do read this, if you aren't already given context to what this is about, you're never going to know. Which is interesting because he uses this to his advantage later on. He continued to post to TikTok like nothing has happened, and to this day, he is still not banned, just like Zoe Laverne. But it doesn't end there. In January, TMZ posted an article about 2 alleged victims suing Tony Lopez and the Hype House for battery and emotional distress. This is a snippet from that article. The underage girls, suing under the aliases of HL Doe and CH Doe, both claim 21-year-old Lopez first began communicating with them via text and social media despite knowing they were minors, and say he tried to coerce them into meeting for encounters. HL alleges Lopez first lured her away from her friends on January 4th, 2020, just a year ago, and engaged in unlawful acts with her. In the suit, the teen claims she told him that she was 16 before the encounter, but later admitted she was really 15. Even so, she alleges they had sex again on January 19th at his place in Nevada, and that Lopez told—
Wow. Okay, so no. He's at this point, as much as I like to say, worse than Roy, because he's actually had physical sexual contact with a minor. Yikes. And you know the sad part is a lot of these pre-boys, like I said earlier, they get away with it because 1, they have money, 2, they're probably the face for some brand, so they get out of a lot of shit.
Hey, let me tell you.
Mhm.
That one video, he discussed me wearing that Dell Senior jacket.
Yeah.
Just saying.
told her not to take any pictures with her because he wanted to keep their relationship a secret. I wonder why you would want to do that, Tony.
What's your name? What? What's your name? Tony! You, Tony!
CH alleges that Lopez sent a photo of himself with the caption, "Show me your boobs," and repeatedly tried to coerce her into sending explicit—
Wow. It's funny, right? People like me who just like make like slight little mistakes, like calling somebody out and whatnot. Well, I guess calling somebody out wouldn't be like a mistake per se, but yeah, either way, we get our videos taken down sometimes we even get banned, but fucking pedos like this get to run around on YouTube. And I know the exact reason why, right? It's because they make YouTube, Twitter, and everything money, so obviously Twitter's not going to get rid of their fucking cash cows. They'd rather ban the little people that are speaking out against it.
It's sad.
It's favoritism at its finest.
photos or sneaking out to meet him to have sex. She says that she always declined, but according to the suit, he allegedly sent her nude photos exposing his private parts. Both girls are suing Lopez for battery and emotional distress. They're also suing Hype House and its founders, including Thomas Petru and Chase Hudson, for negligence. But here is where it gets interesting. Lopez tells TMZ, "These allegations are not at all true. I have never sent news to these women and didn't ask them to send me pictures either. And I certainly wouldn't have sex with somebody who told me they were underage." He adds, "This whole thing seems like a
Yep, that's something Roy would say.
money grab to me, and I'm going to fight it to the very end. I will not allow them to continue to slander my name and attack my character." My guy, the photo literally exists, and you literally apologized for this months ago. You didn't deny any of this until the lawsuit came into the picture. He even posted a video on TikTok calling them lies. It would be one thing if you were silent up until this moment, but the allegations have been running since August. In August, he apologized for this, and while he didn't apologize for one specific incident, it was clear that he was addressing the allegations of him sending and receiving inappropriate to continue to slander my name
I want to point out something.
and attack my character. My guy, the photo literally exists, and you literally He apologized.
Why is he wearing a shirt like that? I only really see females wearing shirts like that. Where it's like almost like it's short enough to cover like their breasts, but not like the stomach area. It's weird to me.
For this, and while he didn't apologize for one specific incident, it was clear that he was addressing the allegations of him sending and receiving inappropriate pictures. And there's photo evidence of him sending a picture and saying send boobs. There's photo evidence of this happening. There is video footage of girls going through their Snapchats and proving that it was him who sent them. Is it slightly possible that maybe one or two of these people could have like quickly edited in post to make it look like that they were clicking on it? Maybe, but there's multiple videos and multiple different allegations from multiple different people. God, the more I dive into this, the more it sounds like Zoe Laverne lying through her teeth until she's backed in a corner with evidence. And this is actually worse because you have multiple people in this situation instead of just one. There are so many vile, disgusting people in this world, and people—
I'm not gonna lie, he has a punchable face. Like,
A what?
a punchable face. Like, you just want to punch it. He looks cocky, but his like face is off. It's just it's hard to explain, but I just want to fucking punch the shit out of him because he
Dude.
looks like a little prick.
You know me, I had nothing against it, but he looks like he takes it up the ass.
He might swing both ways.
like this are just the worst of the worst. Luckily, since this all started coming out, many other popular TikTokers have revoked their support for Tony and have unfollowed him on social media. And I'm really glad that these girls are taking action against him, and I hope they actually win this case because this type of stuff needs to be put to an end. This is disgusting, and grown men need to stop taking advantage of little girls on the internet because they have a fan base, because they have an audience. Can you, like, maybe, I don't know, find someone your own age and not try to exploit your fans, because that's disgusting. If you are a famous influencer, why not just, I don't know, do literally anything else but take advantage of your underage fan base? Anyway, thank you so much for what? What do you mean? What do you mean it gets worse? I quit. No, I can't. It's bad enough that it's just one of the, no way. I hate it here. I'm done. I quit.
I wouldn't blame her.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it appears that this story is not over yet, and that things get much, much worse. Yay! You see,
He
the
does look like a
allegations
pervert,
didn't
though.
stop at Tony Lopez, because, well, recent developments show that his older
Hey, who's gonna tell him that the
Punch him.
80s style, like, is obsolete? Like, you remember how guys, well, he's got 2 piercings, but you remember how guys, especially gay guys back in, like, the fucking 80s, they would always wear that, like, that one little cross earring on one ear with a hairstyle like that? It's like he's trying to bring the 80s back. It's just, it's not a bad thing, but it's just the way he's doing it and knowing what I know about him. It's like, oh.
brother, Andreas Lopez, is now also involved in his own allegations. In June of 2020, Tony Lopez's brother, Andreas, was accused of assault as well. An article
What?
by E! Online states, on June
Yo, fuck calling them the Lopez brothers, call them the Pedo brothers.
June 21st, a Twitter user who identified themselves as Al accused the 23-year-old social media personality of assaulting them during an incident that took place in Las Vegas, Nevada, where the age of consent is 16. Al claimed that they and other members of the dance team Andreas was also on agreed to sleep over at his house prior to the dance competition that was set to take place the next day in Arizona. Al said that while sleeping in the same bed as Andreas, who was allegedly 21 years old at the time, he forced them to touch his. He wouldn't let me pull away until I turned the other way around, they claimed. The Twitter user has since said Andreas misgendered them, in his response tweeting, "Not only did he use my dead name, but he kept calling me the wrong pronouns. I go by Al, please do not address me by my dead name." Andreas meanwhile denied assaulting Al, and in a lengthy statement posted on the Twitter, the 23-year-old outlined his version of events. This is the response from Andreas on Twitter.
You know, I like how she says that, his version of the events, which is actually quite true in the sense of they're displaying their versions of the events, trying to demean what happened to said victim.
I'll leave the full response below and have it playing in the background, but he basically claims that Al wanted to stay in Andreas's room after Andreas
You know,
gave him
That was the whole misgendering. That's what Roy did to fucking Killer. Killer identified as a male, but Roy kept calling Killer a she. It's like, are you serious? You claim to be accepting of the LGBTQ, but yet you're gonna misgender someone? Yikes.
Given the option of sleeping there or on the couch. Also stating that Al was the one who made the first move, and once things got
The fuck does it matter if they made the first move or not? They're a minor, you're an adult. Like, you should have control over the situation, not them. Either way, you shouldn't victim blame anyways, because whether they made the first move or not is not the point. The point of the matter is you could have gotten up, went into a different room, laid somewhere else, but no, you sat there and let them do it. Thus meaning that they're not actually
wanted to
at
stop,
fault,
so
you
according to
are.
Andreas, he did, and nothing has happened since. A TikTok user by the name of Noah Coldbrew summarized what had went down with the minor in question.
Now that the attention is on Andreas, it's time to circle back to before the Tony Lopez situation. You may remember that Andreas had a situation back in June. The victim identified as a girl at the time, but has since come out as gender fluid. The victim and his friend were staying with the Lopez brothers for the night because they had a dance competition in Arizona the next day and they were driving together. He was sleeping on the couch and Andreas got home around 3 or 4 in the morning. Andreas woke him up and kept asking him to sleep in his room, which he kept saying no to, but would not take no for an answer. Eventually, he just said yes. They were in bed and Andreas pulled him on top of him and started kissing him without consent. And he went with it out of fear, which is absolutely understandable considering the fact that he wouldn't take no for an answer when he asked him to sleep in his room. He then forced him to touch him down there and would not stop persisting. The victim was 17 years old at the time. He came up with the story and
This is why I know people say, oh, well, you shouldn't blame everybody in the group. I generally think that these hype houses and shit, they shouldn't exist because of shit like this.
Andreas responded back in June. That's what this whole Notes app apology was about. Basically what he did was flip the situation and make it look like the victim gave consent, which did not happen.
Gonna pull a Billy Mays here, but wait, there's more. A now deleted TikTok was recently posted by a user called Saint Baby of what appears to be
I love her puns.
Andreas on the phone with a parent of a 14-year-old girl who he allegedly took advantage of.
She's 14. And you are how old?
23.
Yeah. You know what can happen to you?
I do.
You can end up in jail.
I do realize that.
Okay, I give props for the parents for talking to him, but I do not give them props for not calling the cops. They should have just called the cops straight up and showed the cops the evidence.
We need to talk in person. And I'm bringing my daughter with me.
Okay.
And my sister. And we need to figure this out.
Okay. I'm totally okay with that.
When can we meet?
Whenever it's possible.
Legal papers have also allegedly been sent to Andreas involving this situation. Since this has surfaced, many TikTokers have unfollowed Andreas, including his own girlfriend, Hannah Stocking, who allegedly broke up with him as well, as she posted a photo of herself in tears, while Hannah and Andreas also removed all of their photos with each other, and Lele Pons made support posts for Hannah. At Hannah Stocking, love you baby, stay strong, see you soon in LA. Meanwhile, Tony Lopez's girlfriend is clearly still supporting him. There is also this weird thing where another member of the Hype House, Thomas Petru, is also being sued in this lawsuit for negligence. He claims that after finding out about this, he kicked the Lopez brothers out of the Hype House because it would damage the brand. But in their goodbye video, this is what he had to say.
This is a very sad moment, so Nate's gonna commentate.
Yeah, the newest member, that means nothing, but alright, anyway. I'll be the one that cries in this scene.
The Lopez brothers are going to be moving out very soon and getting their own place.
Yeah.
Yep, that's why Nate's crying.
Someone's cutting onions, man. Dude, get the
Hey.
Get out of here, Nate. This is my time to shine, alright? This is how it's gonna be. This is how it's gonna go down, alright? I'm just getting my own crib, alright? Because I live in a office space, alright? Dude, that's what this is. That's what this is. I got tired of it, and I want my own damn place. I'm not living in an office space any longer. Ah!
They're moving out, they're getting their own place. It's gonna be sad, honestly.
Well, we can definitely tell they don't give a shit about the accusations. You're gonna be sad. Hey, shut the fuck up.
When we had this first discussion, like, actually very sad for me
Yeah.
because they became like brothers to me over quarantine. We're just like family. We always still will be, but you know,
Absolutely.
just different houses
I'm trying so hard to just keep it funny.
and happy.
Yeah, but it sucks.
Yeah, but to the next bit.
Now, maybe they were playing it up for the camera, but if you were so disgusted with what they did and so concerned, why are you guys acting like it's just another sunny Tuesday? If I was kicking somebody out of my hype house, not that I have one, but if I did, and we were absolutely forced to address this to the public, it would not be giggling and cackling. We wouldn't be sharing jokes like this right here. This video does not match the serious tone that Thomas has in this clip.
I don't want to get a total misunderstanding. Yeah, I was brought into that for absolutely no reason. Like, in that lawsuit, it says a lot of things, and none of those things that involve me are true. I know who the girl is that they're referring to, and I had no idea that Tony and this girl were in contact after the day that this girl was at our house, and I did not invite her to our house. Her dad was an employee of ours for one day, and he brought her to work. And that's how they met. And I had no idea that they exchanged information, and then 6 months later all that stuff comes out, and that's when I asked Tony to leave the hype house. And I was like, Tony and Andre, I can't have anything like this involved in our brand. It's like not what we believe in, and we would never stand by any of that. So I kicked them out, and then that was the last time I heard about this. And then now it's coming, and now I'm dragged into it, and I was just like, I did my part, man. I was like, I can't have this around.
Finally, there is this clip circulating, however, on TikTok regarding the Andreas situation specifically.
Newly released information about the Andreas Lopez situation. The accuser attempted to traffic her underage sister. After researching the alleged claims against Andreas, there's been an individual who's identified herself as Carla, 19 years old, with the usernames here. Carla invited herself, her cousin, and her sister to the house by lying about her sister's age, as you can see here. In July 2020, she started off by exposing screenshots of her and Tony Lopez, Andreas' brother, having conversations. She posted multiple TikToks explaining that her attacks on Tony are just for fun, while pointing to the fact that this is how she makes her money, and brags about looking for her next victim's reputation to destroy. She ends this series of attacks on Tony by saying, "This is a trend, y'all. I'm over it. And deep inside, I forgive him for my own mental health." Recently, Carla released a video that has been circulating in speculation of Andres online. It's not known if the man in the video is or is not Andres. If you weren't suspicious of Carla yet, here's a screenshot of Carla's cousin texting Tony about Carla's entire plan to sabotage the Lopez brothers. Please note, Andre is currently not being sued.
Here's the thing. Firstly, this TikTok fails to mention the papers that Andreas was allegedly served, and they did not deny the allegations outright. This TikTok is just going after the girl's sister, which, even if this is true, that doesn't mean that the 14-year-old girl involved is not a victim. Also, I don't know how much of this would hold up in court because the law usually sides with the victim even if the offender was told a lie about their age. People are now using this to attack the 14-year-old girl and even sending her threats. Fans of Andreas specifically are even attacking his ex-girlfriend on her newest video over this, demanding that she apologize to him. Also, this does not dismiss all of the other allegations against Tony or this allegation against Andreas from June. This TikTok shows a screenshot from Carla's cousin that just states that she didn't agree with them being sued as evidence of Carla lying. The text even says, "I really like you and Andreas," meaning that this could even be biased. They also use this TikTok of Carla as an example of her using the situation to get money. Now, one of her TikTok accounts were deleted, so maybe there's context that I'm missing, but if you go onto this account where the post was made, there's not a lot of context to show that she was specifically referring to making money off of exposing Tony and Andreas. A few TikToks prior, she did talk about adding someone to an expose list, but then she also made this TikTok too, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me because in my opinion, they don't really seem to be related. But maybe I'm missing something again, as one of her TikTok accounts were deleted. It's important to note though that the person making this TikTok even stated that Andreas, as far as we know, has not been sued like his brother Tony, but he was served legal papers. Legal papers don't always mean someone is being sued, and if Andreas is not being sued, I don't understand why somebody would be bragging about making money. There are also no ads on the TikToks that I can see either, so it's not like she'd be monetizing it. In other words, could she be talking about making money off of the Lopez brothers situation? Maybe, but is it 100% guaranteed that that is specifically what she is
Yeah, but I look at it this way. Yeah, okay, if she is doing this, that is pretty shitty, but it still doesn't negate the fact of the other incidences that happen with them too.
referring to, we can't say for sure. Also, I've seen this a lot with creators getting accused of going after minors. People come out of the woodwork digging up whatever they can on the accuser to discredit the claims they made against the creator. If a person is lying about the assault and lying about the influencer for clout, then obviously this is a huge problem, and that is just as bad as the accusations they have made. But if the assault actually happened and the accuser is telling the truth, in my personal opinion, calling that person a clout chaser for trying to speak out and expose the person who have hurt them or somebody they knew does not remotely compare to the things they are accusing that person of doing. It's a disgusting method that defenders use to victim shame the accusers. Oh, they're just a clout chaser, they're looking for attention. See, they even said this like 6 months ago. That still doesn't mean what the person had done to them was right for doing it. Does that make sense? Now, if this person is actually making money off of this and it can be proved in court, then it would definitely hurt her case. But digging deeper into this, I can't confidently confirm this to be what happened at this time. Also, as far as this trafficking thing, if you pull up that picture again, the snap is sent to somebody named Kay. Who is Kay? The only credible evidence we have to see is the number 18 posted on top of the 14-year-old's picture, which, if this happens to be true, then yes, this is extremely gross regardless of who this was sent to, and perhaps should be investigated as well. However, this does not discredit what may or may not have happened to that 14-year-old victim, because whether the sister lied about her age or not, if somebody took advantage of her at 14, then somebody took advantage of her at 14. For this TikTok to be successful in defending the Lopez brothers and proving Andreas's innocence, more evidence will have to come out proving that nothing happened with this 14-year-old. It would have to be proven that this was all entirely fabricated. If Andreas did do anything with that girl, even if he didn't know she was 14, he could still face severe legal consequences, and that would still mean that 14-year-old is still a victim. Also, if he did do that and is claiming that he thought she was 18, that's a very large age difference, and you're telling me that seeing this girl in person, you didn't question her age once? Lastly, I think this TikTok was also made with malicious intent at points because they're very quick to pull out all of these details, but can't even blur out the girl's phone numbers. So they basically doxed them. For right now, I don't find this TikTok to be that credible of a source. I think their biggest point could be that the sister lied about the girl's age, and that should be looked into more if this is being handled legally, but considering that so many details have been taken out of context that they left information out to discredit them, and they doxed somebody's phone number in the TikTok, yeah, I'm gonna pass with this one. For right now, my opinions on this situation are that Tony Lopez has quite a bit of evidence against him, including his own vague apology, which he's trying to backtrack on. He is currently being sued for battery, and there is a pretty solid case here. As for Andreas, the claims against him right now are a bit more vague. He currently has 2 accusers, one being someone from June and the other allegedly being the family of a 14-year-old girl where legal matters are allegedly taking place. I think that the fans of the Lopez brothers who are aggressively defending them and harassing people like Andreas's ex-girlfriend and the alleged victims are extremely disgusting, and while I'm sure that most are just kids, it shows that we still live in a society where victims are constantly being blamed for what had happened to them. Everybody loves to throw around the argument, why are you coming to the internet to share your stories? Why don't you go to the police? And then when they actually do, they're still picked apart by morons online like this. I hate it here. I'm sorry that this video was so... At this point, are we really surprised? Are we really surprised? I mean, every other day it seems like a new internet celebrity is coming out with accusations like this against them, and I don't know, I'm to a point where I'm becoming numb to it, but also at the same time, like, I'm not, because I'm still disgusted and appalled every time I hear one of these stories, and it's just horrible. And now that there are 2 people that are potentially involved in this, subjecting children to this, the fact that TikTok hasn't done anything about this, the fact that TikTok hasn't even removed them from their platforms, just like Zoe Laverne, like they're
not going to, because they earn, these people earn TikTok the most revenue. Why would you take out your biggest creators that are making you money when people like me and other smaller creators aren't making you any money? Makes sense, right? TikTok thrives on users and bigger TikTokers to get like their app out there to pretty much get more users to sign up, or potential users to sign up. And people like Tony Lopez and his brother and several other creators that have literally been called out for pedophilia on there are still on there due to the fact that they're cash cows for TikTok. They literally are. They make the most amount of money for TikTok. And again, like I said, TikTok's not going to get rid of that because then they lose all their fucking revenue. And the money that's coming in from these creators. So, I mean, think of it what you will, but I agree with Timmy or whatever her name is. I still haven't figured out how to pronounce her name, but I do agree with her. This shit is not surprising anymore considering how many of these cases have come out. I would say the last 6 or 7 years, give or take. Not just only on here, but on other apps like Instagram and so on and so forth. So, which the whole pedophilia thing isn't really new to YouTube. I'm pretty sure if you went back several years to older videos, you could see how many pedophiles were actually on TikTok at one point in time. But it blows my fucking mind that we're living in a day and age where fucking victims get shut down all because they apparently want money. That is not only damaging to the victim, but other victims of this person as well. It's like, oh, y'all just want money. It's like, no, they want justice. Hell, I'm not even a victim to these people, and I want justice for these actual victims. I don't think the Lopez brothers should be on the internet. I don't think Roy should be on the internet. I don't think Minnie Laz should be on the internet, or any other pedophile for that matter. You can go ahead and say, well, pedophiles aren't allowed to have the internet. Well, yeah, that is true. If they're convicted. These people haven't been convicted yet. The conviction is what prevents them from accessing the internet, knowing there's like a whole bunch of minors there and everything. And
but there's one person that is convicted.
Yeah, that is true.
Johnny Go.
Well, he was convicted for beating the shit out of a minor. That's completely different than being a pedophile, but I do think he has pedophile tendencies.
Well, it's a good thing he ain't on the internet no more.
Well, I'm sure he gets on under an alias, and he doesn't really say much to put out that it's him, but yeah.
Yeah.
They're still up. It's fine. Nothing to see here. She's still, thriving. They're still thriving. It's disgusting. I digress. Thank you so very much for watching, and thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. Your help means so very, very, very much to me. Especially Lewis, Miss Tanisha, and Michelle. You guys are amazing. Thank you so very, very much. And one more announcement. If you guys don't know, I have a Teespring store where I upload designs. They're not really relevant to this channel specifically, but I do like to create things and put them on there. And I did make some Valentine's Day merch. I kind of put that in quotations because I think you could wear this type of stuff throughout the year, not just Valentine's Day. I'm
honestly,
someone who...
I would look at that right there and believe that would be like a good thing to have for Day of the Dead, like in Hispanic culture or something like that. I think that would actually be good, especially the hoodie and t-shirt.
Likes the gothic themes and like hearts and stuff, so like I would wear this at any time of the year, but I did just post this for February and I'm probably gonna keep it up for the whole year. I'm probably gonna let this be a permanent design, but if you guys really enjoy it, go check it out. There's all different types of things that this print is on, and for some reason there are hoodies, but some of the colors aren't in stock right now, which is annoying. But there's also other things like t-shirts and mugs and stickers and bags and stuff that you could have this print on as well. So I just wanted to throw that in here. In case you guys are interested, it will be linked below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again later.
Alright, so it just goes to show that fucking apps like TikTok, Instagram, hell, even YouTube, it just seems to breed pedophiles at this point in time, or predators. Can't really say pedophiles because pedophiles, as we all know, what the fuck is going on with my camera? You gonna fix yourself, bro? Alright, there we go. Alright, we're back. But I can't really say pedophiles because, as we all know, pedophile is a term referring to prepubescent children or an attraction to a prepubescent child. So I guess this would be in the case of a sexual predator, more so, because most of the people are roughly around the ages of, I would say, 13 to 16, so. But it seems that it's gotten worse, and like I said, lasted 6 or 7 years with the creation of TikTok and whatever, Instagram, Snapchat, and the list goes on. And I think the biggest fucking issue with Snapchat is in most cases, the messages disappear unless you keep them. And if you try to screenshot them, well, there's a problem there because then it lets the person know you screenshotted shit. I say it like this. Now, I know I use Snapchat from time to time, but I always tell people, look, if you're going to add me on Snapchat, make sure the messages stay in the chat. So I can't say you tried to do something, but you can't say I tried to do something. It's covered both of our asses. Anyone who is against keeping messages has something to hide. Or has something they don't want people to find out. So, but yeah, the internet's a shitty place for minors. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, the list goes along. Cake was notorious, and I found this out a while back. Cake was notorious for having a bunch of fucking creepers on it.
Even though I still use that at times, but
I don't think I've used Kik since my ex in Canada broke up with me. I don't like that format. Google Hangouts, okay, fine. Skype, fine. Fuck, I give you my personal number, fine. I don't care. But I just don't like Kik. I never have. It's annoying to me. So yeah. Another thing that I hate is how Instagram allows people to remove messages, screenshots, pictures and whatnot. Or pictures, not screenshots. I don't know why I said screenshots, but I guess a screenshot could be considered a picture. But they allow you to remove pictures and messages that were sent. And it's like, yeah. And that's honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now, that is a sad thing when you're allowed to remove messages. And like pictures and videos that have been sent because a pedophile can send an inappropriate thing or have a girl send an inappropriate thing, they save it, and then have the girl delete that message. And it just covers their ass even more. I legit think they should take out the whole message removing feature. Facebook Messenger even doesn't. You can remove messages on there. Pictures, videos. I'm starting to think that a lot of these apps are catering towards pedophiles, right? Or sexual predators. It's fucking stupid. Again, like I said, when they're convicted, they're not allowed to have a phone, but I can prove that's bullshit because my sister's real father is a convicted child molester and he has a cell phone. And the worst part about it is these stores like Boost Mobile, AT&T might be a little bit different, but like Boost Mobile, all like the prepaid stores, you want to call them that, they don't ask for an ID like they do whenever you sign up for like a full-on contract with AT&T, Verizon, Sprint, and so on and so forth. So, it's getting fucked at this point. Like this goes beyond whoever's in office, whether it be a Republican or Democrat, etc., etc. But the way the laws are now, the way companies are running their fucking sites, they just need to do something just a little bit better. You know what I mean, right? I'm sorry, my bed's a little bit messy back there. But I'm honestly, I'm gonna keep track of all this shit. The Johnny shit. See if anything comes out about these two fucking dingbats. Probably some other shit as well. But I hope everybody has a wonderful night or morning, depending on where you're at. And stay safe, keep your children safe, monitor the shit they do online so they don't get taken advantage of by these sexual predators that are on here. And yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and cut it off here because the video is probably 30 minutes long at this point. Anyways, again, love you guys. Thanks for the support. And we'll see you on the next adventure. Peace.